Welcome to Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. In a landmark post-Chevron ruling, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals recently struck down the Department of Labor's tip credit rule. Epstein Becker Green's Paul DeCamp represented the restaurant groups that challenged the rule in that case. Today, he joins us with an inside view on the ruling.
In Restaurant Law Center against the U.S. Department of Labor, the Fifth Circuit examined the department's 2021 rulemaking and concluded that the department had exceeded its authority under the Fair Labor Standards Act by tying the ability to take a tip credit to the percentage of time that workers were spending on various tasks. The court concluded that that approach was inconsistent with the statute. What it means for employers and for businesses and for workers is that now there's a lot more freedom to be able to actually let people in these tipped jobs do their work without having to worry about minute to minute which tasks are they engaged in. In short, it really simplifies the job of being a tipped worker and employing tipped workers.
For the past 40 years, cases involving agency authority have often focused on the reasonableness of the Department of Labor's approach to a statute. But that was before the Supreme Court struck down the Chevron doctrine earlier this year.
Here we see the court really digging into the meaning of the statute, construing the statute, taking the time in the first instance to figure out what Congress meant in this law, and only then turning to what the department did. I think that the Fifth Circuit has shown what the future of administrative law cases is going to look like, with much more emphasis at the first step in dealing with what the statute actually means.
The same judge who struck down the department's tip credit rule later, in Mayfield versus Department of Labor, upheld the agency's authority to set a minimum salary threshold for overtime exemption.
I think that what we see in the Mayfield decision is the court addressing two very interesting constitutional threshold questions, the major questions doctrine and also the non-delegation doctrine. And the court held that in that case, in the Mayfield case, the plaintiffs had not shown enough to demonstrate that the rule was invalid under those constitutional limits. They're two very different legal analyses written by the same judge.
Thanks, Paul, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.